Anytime now. There it is. Okay. I thought I'd jump on. We got a little bit of spare time ready between a couple of people streaming, and I thought I'd just get up and do a quickie. Uh, it's me. Brian was just on. We got to talk, and he's always talking. He gets on every single day from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, Monday through Friday. Wednesday is his get in it to win it. He's got a giveaway every single Wednesday, and if you want to get in on it, you got to get now. Ooh, I got a yellow line here. Just a moment. Let me try to fix this. Stop. Hello. Respond to me. Oh, this computer's going to crap out, I can tell. All right. I don't think there's no much I can do with this right now. I'm probably not streaming. We've got a pretty good storm moving through right now. Yeah, I can't even tell if I'm streaming. Hey, am I streaming? Let me know. And give me just one moment. Okay, we're having computer troubles. I'm sort of drop a few frames. It's going to be skippy, so bear with me. I got a lot of stuff open. I could probably kill some of that. I don't think anything's loading. Okay, we're going to just kind of flow right through it. I had a fellow ask me about prices. What's this coin? What are my coins worth? And I thought I'd get into that real quick. Let's see. Yeah, I got a couple of links in the description. There's Numis Media. There's USA Coin Book. There's my blog, of course, and PhotoGrade, PCGS PhotoGrade. People want to know, what is this coin worth? They got all kinds of things in their pockets. They're finding them. They want to know, geez, is there any value to this coin? It's brand new. It's shiny. It's wonderful. I love it. They want to look it up. Or they got something from their grandparents or some darn thing. And they say, geez, what's this coin worth? Well, you get into this idea of price guides. I'm going to use the Red Book here as an example because it's well known. It's kind of a staple in the hobby. Let me move this out of the way. Gosh, I need more shelves. There we go. And you can look up your coin. You got to know what it is, right? Is it a quarter? Right? Is it what's this? Is it a colonial copper? Is it a gold coin? What? Finger it right down. Is it a Liberty seated $50? You got to come up with this series first, really. If you don't know what it is, that's going to be tricky to figure it out first. But it should say on it what it is. Stop. Don't. Here, let me do this. There. Oh, good. I like that. Okay, you got to know what it is. I got one right here, right? It says 1865, says In God We Trust. What's this coin? A lot of people haven't seen these ever because there aren't that many of them. It's one of my favorites. Okay, I should tell you what it is. That's the United States of America. 2 cents. Okay, that's pretty slick. Sometimes you get in some foreign coins. You don't know what it is. Here we have, what do we got? I can't even read it. It's 5 centavos, 1969 M. And it's what? Estados Unidos. You can't even read it. Mexicanos. Okay, there's your big clue. It's a Mexican. Centavos. Well, probably 5 centavos. So now you got to learn another language. All right, if you stick with just American coins, it's going to make it a whole lot easier. Let's go back to those. There are world coins. Having somebody who's familiar with world coins and what they are, denomination, all that. Yeah, it's a whole another world. But we're going to focus on just U.S. coins because they're going to be easy. They tell you 2 cents, 3 cents, 5 cents. Sometimes it doesn't say anything. It just says V. All right. It gets kind of tricky sometimes. You get these little coins. They just have 3 columns on the back. All right. What's that one? Well, a lot of times you can take this Red Book. It's pretty handy. They got pictures. Geez, I just like to look at the pictures. Okay, you can go through and compare what you have with what they have. And your size will help you determine what it is. Here's those 2 centers I'm always talking about. There's Peter Bowes. Good to see you. We got 17 people watching on short notice. That's wonderful. Okay, so if you can figure out what you have for a coin, give a good look. Sometimes you get these coins, they won't have a date because once you have the series figured out, you got to find out what the date is. And sometimes they have mint marks. Here we got one over here. It's a, what is it? It's a quarter. You can tell it's a quarter. It's a standing Liberty quarter. All right. There it is. United States of America, $1/4. Okay, it gives you a good idea. But there's no date. This baby's worn right off. Oh, gosh. A lot of coin collecting is all about sleuthing and figuring what your coin is. Also, grade, the condition of the coin is paramount. If you got a nice shiny one like the 5 centavos here, every bit of detail. This could be a nicer coin. People tend to like the nicer ones. Okay, here's a brand new penny. Beautiful, right? Okay, we'll set that aside. And then you have this one. It's kind of worn down. You're missing some of the details. You get a little scratch up at the top. Grade is everything. There's a site. It's called PCGS Photograde. I could probably take you over to that. The link is right down below. There's the screen. Here's PCGS Photograde. Maybe. Give it a moment. It's probably going to reload. I'm probably going to get some lag on this. I'm not ready. There you go. But you can, again, take a look at what you have for a coin and compare what you have to the pictures. Now here, they got it broken down into denominations. So if you can figure out what it is, a dime or a quarter or a nickel, you got a better chance. And you can go down here and click into, say, the 2 cents or the cents, and get a really good idea of what the grade is. You can be, compare what you have to what they're showing you, and you'll get pretty close. So if you can get, let's go back to that red book. Let's see, the denomination, right? The date, the mint mark, and the grade, you get a pretty good chance of getting an idea of what that coin is worth. Now, a lot of people that aren't familiar with this are going to take a look because they're kind of new to collecting, and they say, oh, I have a 3-cent nickel from 1870, right? And they're going to look across here, and it says $20, $28, 20. So it says $350. Woohoo! Okay, that says $350, and I assume you get this a lot. That's what my coin is worth. And they, go out and get a bottle of champagne. But what the heck are all these? They don't have any idea what these are. Up here at the top, you're going to see the various grades. And they range from good, very fine, extremely fine. AU is almost uncirculated. Then you get into the uncirculated coins, MS 60, 63, and over here is proof. Okay, well, chances are you don't have a proof. I'm just saying. These are kind of nice. They're a different sort of coin. Most of the coins you're going to be working with in your pocket change will be these first several columns, but not that last column. Okay, and if you're circulating, you can probably kiss off these 2 columns. So really, if you have a really nice coin, you're looking at AU. Right? Chances are, if it's circulated more recent, 50s, 60s, you might be VF, XF, maybe AU. Older coins, once you get into the teens, the 20s, very good is more typical of what you'll find in circulation. Older coins, they've been around, your grandmother kept it in her pocket for good luck for 40 years. Well, it helped her live 40 years longer, so it must be something about it. But a lot of times they're going to be good, very good, really well worn. Now, these don't account for problem coins. Where'd I got this one? I think I got one right here. Okay, you're going to have coins that have problems. If it's got, where'd that one I had? I had one. Where'd it go? Is that it? No, it's not it. Okay, shuffle everything again. Let's find it. It was right here, I swear. Okay, no problem. We'll make one. There we go. Okay. There you go. First thing you're going to see are coins that have little problems, right? Little blemishes, a little bit of damage. It's been hit on the rim, for example. Okay, this is going to affect the grade to some degree. The better the condition, the fewer incidences you want of damage, right? Really, you want an uncirculated coin, you shouldn't see any trace of damage, none of that. Sometimes you get pretty substantial. I had a great one here. I don't know where it went. I think I missed. There you go. These things fall out of your pocket. They go through parking lots. They get beat on. There you go. You're seeing it right here. Damage. Now, if you can't identify damage, right, you can't tell, is it damage or is it, was it made that way? Well, really, you need to go through about another 100,000 coins. And it'll be, you'll see the pattern of how these things are screwed up. They get scratched, scraped. People put holes in them, right, to make jewelry. They make fishing lures. Yeah, that's a lot. I never really considered that. They put the holes in there so they can tie it to their fishing line, and they got a sinker. They can catch. I asked Brian over there. I said, "What's the best coin to use to catch a trout?" Well, he says apparently he seems to think the silver works pretty good. You get a much higher clientele of fish that way. Oh gosh. Now I don't suggest you take a pair of pliers and beat all your coins. if you do, make sure it's something, like a brand new Lincoln cent that, had a little problem to begin with. But these things are bent. They can be corroded. They can be left on the ground, and just the environment will wear at it. Okay, well, none of these accounts, uh, none of these issues are included here. These are going to be for problem-free coins. They're not bent. They don't have holes. They've got, a good, decent. You can have a little touch of rim nick, and you'll be okay. But as you go further up, those little tiny rim nicks need to be smaller and smaller and smaller. Oh, that's going to leave a mark. You know it. Okay. Two key factors are involved, and we lost our focus. Two key factors are involved in determining the value of a coin. There's rarity. Yeah, that's number one. How rare is your coin? And the condition of the coin. Rarity, if we can get over here and make that focus again. Shake time. Come on. Shake it. Works every time. Rarity is going to be determined by the date, which you can't see here. But if you could, you'd be able to tell the date. And you have the mintage. They made so many coins in 1875. They made fewer in 1885. Okay, for that particular series. How do I get this camera to work at will? Don't buy anything at Walmart. Okay, let's try. Block it out. Block out the sun. Okay, we're just going to fly with it. That's all we can do. We will never get this camera to work, so I'm just going to go back to the circus, really. It'd be so much easier. The Red Book has mintages listed, right? That's going to be this blurry column right here. Boy, I sure wish we could get that to focus. I'd be just so pleased. There you go. 1917, you got 51 million of these. What do we got? Oh, this is going to be Buffalo nickels. In 1917 at Denver, that little mint mark. Okay, and there's places to look for on your coins for where to find that little mint mark. You got 9 million made. In San Francisco, 17S, you got 4 million made. And check out the prices, because the lower the mintage, the higher the price. That is typically the rule, but it's not always the rule. All right, there are lots of exceptions to all sorts of rules. So there's a process of learning involved here. Guy says to me, "Is this worth keeping?" Well, by gosh, keep it until you can decide for yourself whether or not it's worth keeping, because there's so many factors involved. The older it is, if it's got a mint mark, if it's in great condition, if it's a coin that people tend to prize highly because it's more collectible. Yeah, hold on to it, and you can make up your own mind. Because if you got it out of pocket change, dude, you only paid a penny for it anyway, maybe a nickel. Keep it. Geez, you'll learn. I got a couple of them here. What do I got? Oh, let's see. First, I'm going to get them I'll point up. All right, I got a couple coins in a different grade over here. Okay, we can see here, this is a 2-cent piece. It's kind of worn. You don't have a lot of the bars at the top of the shield. Geez, if you haven't seen many of these, you might not even know about these little bars on the top of the shield. They look a lot like this. All right, here's one in better condition. All right, here's one. It's got part of a Wii. Okay, depending on the grade of the coin, the more desirable it is. People look at these things as if they're gemstones. I mean, they got these little magnifying glasses. I got one here somewhere. No, here's one. I got like 20 of these somewhere, and they'll scope right in on that coin until they can see inside the letters. That's the level of detail people are looking at, and these serious collectors that want the highest grades, they get very, very picky. Oh, that's an 1864 up here. That's the first year they made these 2-centers. All right, but here you get a little wear. I can show you the backs also, because the grade depends on, well, the back as well as the front. Here I got a lot of wear. Gosh, all kinds of wear. You can tell there's some sort of a wreath. It's 2 cents. It says United States of America. The letters are kind of fading off. They're getting kind of worn. I can look over this one. Oh, it's a wheat. That's what it is in the wreath. Look, I've got denticles. I got these little slots all around the edge. Oh, that's kind of neat. Didn't have them on the first one. It's just plain wore out. Sometimes the way they strike the coin will leave these marks or not. The dyes that are used to create these coins can wear out and you lose detail. So now you're getting into the really high grade, you know, MS 66, 67, 68, 69, where the quality of the die used to strike the coin starts to matter because they want full strikes, all those details. Here we go. This one's looking real good. And you'll see the small stuff, little mark on the side of the tooth. That's a contact mark. That's where probably another coin in a bucket or in a pocket came together and knocked it. Okay. I mean, they're not screwed up. That's the thing. There's no holes in it. They're not bent. They haven't been repaired. Some people will take and try to repair a coin to try to, you know, fix it. It's bent and they bent it back. Well, it was screwed before and it's screwed now. Okay, it's dirty, right? You got some grime here in the U. Okay, some people get in there and try to clean that coin with a little brush and, you know, some kind of cleaner, and more often than not, that destroys the value. You're better off leaving it dirty. You're never gonna make this old copper coin look like this brand new one. Ain't gonna happen. You'll never restore that finish. If I can give you one piece of advice, don't ever, never ever clean a coin. Okay, let's keep on going here because we got Ricer coming up at 7 o'clock, and I want to get through this. So you got to be able to determine the grade, right, and of course the series, the date, the mint mark, so you know what coin you're talking about. Because there's a 1917D wheat cent, right? There's a 1917 wheat cent. They have different mintages. It comes down to supply and demand because as the quality goes up on these coins, a lot of times the number of existing specimens drops off dramatically. 1914D on your Lincoln cents, you've only got a couple thousand that are in mint state. That's it. That's called a conditional rarity. There's a couple 100,000 of them out there, but only a couple thousand in really nice pristine shape. Let me catch up on chat real quick. Here's Hoosier Hillbilly. I'm a newbie to collecting, but in getting the Lincoln cents books for Father's Day, got to start somewhere. Best place to start. Lincolns are the most popular coin in the world is for collectors because they're inexpensive. You can find them in your pocket change. You can get a full set, no problem at all, very inexpensively, and improve it as you go. Keep on improving it. Even if it's the new shield cents or the memorials, put together a complete set, and you can do that out of pocket change. Only a couple of them are going to be hard to find. Some of the small dates, 1970s, the 1916 plain small date. But you can find them. It takes a lot of work, but you can do it and get them for a penny a piece. And once you have that full collection, build another one. Do the Jefferson Nichols, the Roosevelt Times. Always a lot of fun. But you get to a point where you can't find these things in circulation anymore. You need a 1914D for your collection. Geez, they're tough to find in circulation. It's been done. Dude, it's been done. I got one back here. It's found on a Coinstar machine. It's beautiful. Gosh. But at some point, you got to start buying them, and people say, okay, this is neat. How much is it worth? What's a good price? Or they find one of those nice coins in circulation. Now, here Billy's talking about Lincoln, so we'll go to there. Here we go. What's this? Is this the right page? Yeah, that's the right page. Here's your Lincoln cent page. Okay, and again, you've got the dates over here on the left. I'll tell you what the date is, what the mintage is, and then give you these values. And people look and they say, well, geez, how much is my coin worth? They have to be able to grade it because the whole thing is dependent on grade, right? If it's got problems, if it's got blemishes, it's got, an axe mark through the middle of it, it's going to probably wash out the grade entirely, but they're probably still good for 4 cents. But grade is everything. And new collectors have a problem. They don't quite, they're not experienced with condition and where their coin fits. So the photo grade, that's a link down below, is going to be very helpful. You can just hold up your coin, look at the screen and say, it looks as good as this, but not as good as that. And that'll give you a really good estimate. And so you'll be able to tell, okay, it's fine to very fine, somewhere in there. So your coin is worth between $1 and $4 in this particular case. Let's see if I can make this, get the glare off of that. Okay, or if it's this date, it's between $7 to $10. Okay. Well, how good are these price guides? That's what it comes down to, because I got this one over here is the Red Book. That's kind of a staple in the industry. A lot of people use the Red Book to come up with, estimates of their values. Down below in the links, you're going to find 2 more. Let me go to the screen. I'm going to show you. One of them is a USA Coin Book. That's not it. Here it is. Come on. Come on, load. It's loading. Bear with me. It's like this all the time. Gosh, I had faster internet service when I was on dial-up 20 years ago. Well, it's one of those things you get for living out here in the woods. And can we see the page here? Let me see if we can see this page. This is USA Coin Book. And over here on the left side, you're going to have a pretty extensive menu. It's for U.S. coins. You can pick, 3 cents, 20 cents, half dollars. All your Lincolns and pennies are in there. What's it doing? Okay, here we are. We're in Indians for some reason. I must have clicked it. All right. And again, you have the grade, the mintage, the dates and mint marks, so you can tell what you got to know what coin it is, and then you can come through and compare the prices. But newer collectors, people that are less experienced, tend to overgrade. Oh, this coin, it's fine. It's not very good. It's fine. Meanwhile, you can barely read the date, because geez, it's awfully enticing when you look at a coin and that little difference in grade means an extra 60, 70 bucks. Maybe you have one down here. Is it very fine or is it AU? And the difference is, 100 bucks. Sometimes more. What's this one? 100 bucks, 100 bucks, 100 bucks. Here you go. If you get a really rare one, that little difference in grade can be double the price, from 2,500 bucks to 5,000. Geez, that's kind of nice. Down here, the low enders, that little improvement in quality is good for, geez, still 150 bucks sometimes. For your more common grades, $5 or $6, $8 in lower grade, they start getting up. Usually extremely fine, you have this leap in value. But it's really neat because if I compare the prices here on USA Coin Book with the prices over there on the Red Book, there's a discrepancy. One is different than the other. Shouldn't they be the same? The way these companies come up with their values is entirely dependent on the algorithm they use. Right? They all have formulas they use to come up with this price for this coin in this grade, right? And they employ the same formula for this price for this coin in that grade. And it comes from auction records, sales records, what the market's doing, other grading or other price guides. The more data they include, a lot of times the more accurate it is. Numis Media, I'm going to show you there next. Let's go to the screen. And here it is. Let's see if this loads. It was already loaded. Now it's going to load again. It forgot, I guess. Numis Media is at coinprices.org. And we can't see a thing. Yep. We can't see a darn thing here. There you go. Coinprices.org. I'll get over here. Right in there. And the link is in the description. And I think they have the best reflection of true market prices that are out there. And again, you just select what it is: coins, dollars. Pick your trades, your mortgages, your proofs, proof mortgages, your peace dollars, Ikes. Scroll down the page if it ever loads. Maybe got Indian cents or other things: half cents, 2 cents, 3 cents. There you go. Now I'm going to kill this because it takes a lot of bandwidth. There's a couple of advertisements on there, but I think it's the most accurate. Get in there and play with it. But just because the book says $5 doesn't mean your coin is necessarily worth $5. Let me kill some more of these. Come on. Nothing is working. I hate this computer. We'll go back to here. On my way home. Just one moment now. I screwed up the computer. Okay, there's live. All right, that gets me to the chat. There's what I see. Where to go home? There, I straighten it up. This is what I call home, so I can tell. Just because the price here says $50 doesn't mean you're going to get $50. Is that more what you should expect to pay, or is that what you can expect to sell it for? Here again, we have a big discrepancy. An experienced seller with a client base that's been built up for years or decades is probably going to command a much better price than a person who is a hobbyist just selling a couple things he has extra. Once you have a reputation, right, for excellent customer service, you've got a track record of giving the customer what they're expecting. Yeah, you're going to get at or near or even higher than what the various price guides will say, because people have faith in what you're offering, what you're selling. You got a new buyer coming along. He doesn't have a client base. Maybe he's auctioning at some place, but nobody follows his auctions because he's got one listing here and one in another 6 months. He's not getting the followers. Uh, Geez, does that make sense? Does that mean his coins are valueless? Well, I got a red bar. Just a moment. Let me check and see what's going on there. Okay, I might not be streaming. You can't see says ant. Yeah, let me kill some things that need to be killed. Get rid of the email. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Let me get rid of this. I have nothing else running. I got a storm coming for sure. It's not raining yet, at least. Okay, I don't know if I'm streaming. How many fingers am I holding up? We'll do it easy. How many fingers have I got here? Anybody? 25 people staring at the screen, and I don't know if I'm streaming. Okay, no matter. I'm going to keep on pushing on. I'm off and on. We're going to expect that. It's summer in Florida. It's tough. Uh, it takes years to develop a rapport with the customer, right? To get people to come to your auctions. Lemonhead Penny's having an auction at 8 o'clock, and people are showing up. But if he had twice as many people, he'd get more money for his coins because, geez, that's the way it works. You get a big storm like we got coming out here, and there's an auction up the road, but nobody shows up because of the storm. So you got one guy bidding, and he's going to buy it for $5. Does that mean that thing he bought is worth $5? Nobody showed up to bid. Things are going on in the world. I see T.A. Stingbat. Well, good to have you here. Let's try to keep it civil, I say. Who's your hillbilly? Z squared. All kinds of folks coming. What you will get for your coin depends on how well you present it, right? Depends on the coin primarily. The condition, the grade. Is it all scratched up? Does it have a hole in it? Has it been cleaned? It depends on all sorts of things. It's not just what the book says, because you can't say, oh, I've got a book, I've got a coin. It's 1864. It's in very good. I've had people demand, you need to pay me $25 for this coin because that's what the book says. I ain't paying nothing. How does that work? Now, if you want to sell your coins and you go to a dealer, you can expect you're not going to get anywhere near these values from the dealer, because the dealer is in business. This is how he pays his bills, his light bill, feeds the kids, puts shoes on, takes care of his car payments, all that stuff. He's got to buy your coin for probably 2/3, no more than that. For some really nice coins, maybe you get 70%, maybe 75%. But he's in the business of buying it for one price and selling it to make a profit so he can pay his bills. That's how it works. You're not going to get these sort of prices by selling to a dealer. You want to get the book prices, you need to have a lot of people that are watching you follow it. It takes years to establish this and sell directly to the collectors. So where it's going to end up for years. Gosh, there's so much into it. It's all about negotiation. These aren't commodity items. You're not buying, well, sometimes you do buy, ounces of gold, but it's not bushels of wheat or, truckloads of number 2 diesel oil. These are collector items, and it comes down to supply and demand and negotiation. Geez, you want to sell that coin? Because I could probably get you $16 for it. And the guy says, well, the book says 25. I could do 18. And, just play, come down a little, you work with them, maybe get it right. What the book says and what you will realize are two different things altogether. Besides, this book says $50, and the other book says, it says $45. Which one's right? Oh, there goes. You got to realize these guides, these price guides, are just that. They're guides. It's not gospel. It's not written in stone. Because it says $10 in here doesn't mean that coin is worth $10 or that you're going to get anywhere near $10 for it. I did where is it? Let me take you to this real quick. Oh, let's see. Is this it? If I can get there. Where'd it go? It's gone. Okay, here's a neat one. Watch this. You'll love this one. How much are you actually going to get for your coin? Scope, screen, go over to the spreadsheet. There you go. On eBay, and the guy's got this coin listed for $1. Right, shipped So I do the math on that. If he puts a stamp on an envelope, it's going to cost him 49 cents. You know, eBay takes 10%. There's a dime. PayPal takes 3% plus 30 cents. They're making out like a bandit on that. Gosh, the envelope's 2 cents. You figure it's gonna cost him 94 cents to sell that $1 coin. He's gonna put 6 cents in his pocket, and he's selling a nickel. Gosh. Well, you got people that are doing that to help build their client base, their customer base, their number of followers, the people that are looking at their auctions. Okay, so you take a loss. Does that mean that coin is worth $1? Probably not. It's probably a 25-cent coin, but you can't sell it for 25 cents because then you take a much bigger loss versus the making 6 cents from it. Good Lord. Anyway, it comes down to experience is your best guide, right? The books are good. The price lists that I've shown in down below, they're pretty good. Take them all together, compare, see what's out there, see what the auction records are, see what PCGS says, see what the Red Book says, look at Numismatic News, read Coin World magazine and see what the prices in there are. And you're going to find kind of a range, right? It says $50 in here. Well, you figure 40 to 60 is probably about right. How much can you get? Comes down to your experience, how much effort you put in. Is your camera good enough to show that coin in great detail? Right, here we go. I told the fellow, look, don't spend money on slabbing your coin. Spend money on a camera so you can show the quality of detail in that coin. What's this one? I'll get a look at that. And all kinds of stuff to stare at. We can get right in and look. You want to show your coin out to the world? Do it. These little cameras are, one of these is a whole lot cheaper than slabbing one coin incorrectly. Here's one that's neat. See the little 5? Your knowledge is going to help out because you can buy these coins. This is a plain 5 on this 2-center. I'm going to put it on top of this other one because we have a little subtle difference. Your knowledge of coins is going to help you make money. Okay, here we have a fancy 5 where it's got a kind of a swoop over there and it just kind of swoops up. That's a plain 5 and the fancy 5. Now the fancy 5s are much more rare than the plains. Now you've only got about 10,000 specimens on these 1865 2-centers to begin with. Yeah, so put your knowledge to work and pick out those coins. Cherry pick those coins that are going to be more valuable than even the book says. Fancy 5, add lag. Yeah, we got a storm coming. The best you can do is try to piece together the video and hopefully it makes sense. Yeah, sometimes when we get to storms, I should skip live streaming. Okay, listen, we got about 7 minutes before Ricer is coming up. That's Ricer's treasure hunting emporium. He goes live. He does a show every Tuesday. I hope it's not storming where he is. At 8 o'clock, you get Lemonhead. I was just watching It's Me, Brian, from 5 to 6 o'clock every day. You might want to go check him out. Tomorrow night, Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to take this box of wheats, this big box of 5,000 wheats. We're going to open them up. We're going to count them up. We're going to look at them, and I'm going to ship them out to the people that have picked them up. I'm sold out. Sorry, I can't help you, but if you want, we can do another box after this. It seems to be a pretty popular thing. Well, folks, that's what I've got for today. Yeah, I keep writing my notes up, and we'll do short videos, and eventually these will be a whole book. And maybe we can, help people learn stuff by, giving them something hard in their hands, much like the Red Book, only with good information in there instead of made up numbers. There it is. Let me show that off. This is the Red Book. You can get these, or what are they, 20 bucks or something, brand new. You can get used Red Books for $5 or so. This is $16.95 is the price on the cover. It's a couple years old. Just because the book is a couple years old doesn't mean it's obsolete, right? These prices don't often change, especially on the circulated coins, Indian pennies in lower grades, wheat pennies in lower grades. They don't change that much. Some of the bigger dollar coins, where you've got thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars, yeah, those prices can tend to go up. But if you're into those coins, I'm going to guess that picking up a $20 book once a year isn't are going to kick your butt. But get one of these, and they'll be good for a few years. You don't want to spend too much money, you can get a used one. Go over to thriftbooks.com. You can find them, $5. Go with it. It'll get you home. Otherwise, if you like free stuff, you got free links that'll take you to the USA Coin Book and Numis Media